Okay, picture this. You walk into a cave. It's warm, it's dark. There are maybe 12 people in here, and not one of them has ever, in their entire life, taken a shower. Not once. No soap, no deodorant, no little spray bottle, nothing. 12 humans, packed shoulder to shoulder, sweating, sleeping in a pile like a litter of puppies. Now take a deep breath in there. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It should smell like a gym bag that got left in a hot car for a decade. It should be a wall of funk so thick you could lean on it. So here's the question that's going to live in your head all day. How did they stand each other? How did anybody fall in love? How did anyone get close enough to make the next generation of humans without passing out? And here's the twist, the part that's going to mess with your head. They might not have minded at all. In fact, some of the time, they might have barely smelled it. Hold on, let me explain, because this gets weird fast. Okay, so first we got to talk about why you stink in the first place, because you've got it wrong. Everybody's got it wrong. You think sweat stinks. It doesn't. No joke, fresh sweat basically smells like nothing. It's mostly water with a little salt. If sweat was the problem, a glass of water would be a war crime. The real villain is tiny, way too tiny to see. Your armpit is covered in millions of little bacteria, little guys just hanging out, living their best life. And when you sweat, you're not making a smell. You're ringing the dinner bell. The little guys swarm in. They eat the sweat. And then, like everything that eats, they produce waste. That's the smell. That funk under your arm, that's a microscopic city of bacteria going to the bathroom on your skin. Wild, right? And it gets better, or worse, depending on how you feel about your own armpits. There are different kinds of these little guys, different species, and they each pump out a different smell. Some make that sharp oniony hit. Some make a sour, vinegary tang. Some make the classic stale gym funk. So your personal stink? It's basically a recipe, a blend, decided by which tiny tenants happened to move into your skin and set up shop. Two people can do the exact same workout, same sweat, and walk out smelling completely different because they're hosting completely different little colonies. You're not one smell. You're a whole bacterial orchestra, and nobody asked you which instruments got to play. You've been blaming your sweat this whole time? It was never the sweat. It was the millions of tiny tenants throwing a feast in your armpit and leaving the dishes everywhere. So now multiply that by an entire cave, by an entire tribe, every single one of them a walking bacteria buffet all day, every day, for their whole life. You'd think that's a guaranteed nightmare, right? Here's where it gets surprising. Because our ancient buddies had a few things going for them that you don't, and it changed the whole smell situation. Number 1, their clothes. You're wearing synthetic stuff right now, polyester, that gym shirt, those leggings. And here's a gross little secret. Those fabrics? The bacteria love them. They cling to plastic fabric and they multiply like crazy. That's why your workout shirt smells haunted even after you wash it. Ancient humans wore animal hide, fur, plant fibers, natural stuff. The funk didn't get trapped and amplified the same way. Their outfits weren't bacteria apartment complexes. Number 2, their diet. What you eat literally seeps out of your pores. Tons of processed food, sugar, heavy meats, dairy, it all comes back out of you as a smell. Ancient humans ate lean meat, roots, berries, plants. Their personal aroma was just different, less pungent, less of that modern funk. And number 3, and this is the big one, their noses had given up. It's called going nose blind. You've done it. You walk into a room and it smells strong. 5 minutes later, gone. You can't smell it anymore. Your brain just goes, yeah, we get it, moving on. Now imagine you're nose blind to the exact same smell for your entire life, since the day you were born. To them, the smell of the tribe wasn't gross. It was just the smell of home, the smell of safe, the smell of my people are here. You'd walk in and gag. They'd walk in and relax. Same air, completely different brains. But, and this is important, that does not mean they were rolling around filthy and happy about it. That's the part everybody gets wrong about cave people. We picture them as gross idiots covered in dirt. Nah, they were smart, and they figured out hacks, real ones. Let me walk you through the prehistoric deodorant aisle, because honestly, some of this stuff is clever. Hack number 1. Water. Shocking, I know. If your tribe lived near a river or a lake, you were in there. A lot. Rinsing off the funk was free. You didn't get fancy soap, but a good rinse knocks a whole lot of bacteria right off. Early humans bathed way more than we give them credit for. Water was the original deodorant. Hack number 2. Smoke. This one's sneaky genius. You sit by a fire long enough, the smoke clings to you. And smoke does two things. It covers the body funk with a strong campfire smell, and it actually kills some of the bacteria. Ancient people basically smoked themselves like a brisket to smell better. Honestly, respect. And think about how normal this was. Their whole life happened around a fire. Cooking, warmth, safety, light, they were marinating in wood smoke from birth. So to an ancient nose, smelling like smoke wasn't a weird side effect. It was the smell of a person who had fire, a person who was warm, fed, doing well. Smelling smoky was basically the prehistoric version of smelling expensive. Hack number 3. Plants. Herbs. Flowers. People all over the ancient world figured out that certain plants smell amazing and certain plants fight funk. They'd crush them, rub them on their skin, stuff them in their clothes, tuck them into their hair. It's deodorant. It's literally just deodorant made out of a bush. Your fancy mountain pine body spray? They had the actual mountain pine. They were ahead of you. Hack number 4, and this one's a little gross. Hang with me. Some groups used things like ash from the fire or even clay and mud smeared on the skin. Sounds disgusting, but ash and clay actually soak up oil and moisture. Less moisture means less of a buffet for the bacteria, means less stink. They basically invented dry shampoo out of literal dirt by accident. Genius accident, but still. So picture our guy, rinsed in the river, a little campfire smoke in his hair, some crushed herbs rubbed under his arms, a swipe of ash to dry things out. He's not the walking biohazard you imagined at the start of this video, is he? He's actually kind of handling it. And hey, real quick, if your brain is currently doing that thing where it can't believe nobody taught you any of this in school, do me one tiny favor. Smash that like button. Tap subscribe. Think of it as me handing you a little crushed herb bundle for your own personal funk. A gift from me for your armpits. You're welcome. Okay, back to it. Because here's the final twist, the one that flips the whole thing on its head. For ancient humans, smell wasn't a problem to delete. It was a superpower. Think about it. They had no phones, no names written down, no photos. So how do you keep track of who's who in the dark, in a cave, with 100 people around? You smell them. No, seriously, your personal scent is like a fingerprint. Every human has a slightly different one, and the ancient brain was tuned way up on this. A mother could find her own baby in a pile of babies by scent alone. Still can, by the way. Modern moms can do this in studies. It's kind of spooky. You could smell if a stranger was from your tribe or a different one, friend or threat, before they even said a word. And yeah, when it came to finding a mate, Scent did a ton of the heavy lifting. Your nose was basically reading someone's entire health and genetics off their funk, picking the right partner, without you even knowing it was happening. So that big stinky cave, that wall of funk you were gagging at 5 minutes ago, to them, it wasn't gross. It was an information network, a group text, a security system, a dating app, all running through their noses all day long. The smell was the technology, which means we didn't get cleaner because we got smarter. We got cleaner because we stopped needing our noses and handed all those jobs over to screens and names and little blue check marks. So we deleted our funk. And mostly, that's great. Nobody's asking to bring back the 12-person cave smell. But here's the part that sticks with me. That stink you were gagging at 5 minutes ago, it was never just gross. It was a mother finding her kid in the dark. It was knowing friend from stranger before anyone said a word. It was a whole invisible language running through everyone's nose all day, every day. We didn't just wash that away. We forgot we were ever fluent in it. So next time you catch a whiff of someone, a person, a place, an old jacket, and it hits you with a feeling you can't explain, that's not random. That's the oldest part of your brain, still reading the room. The only way it ever knew how.